Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the TOGUARD wireless baby monitor. It has a 3.5-inch screen. There's two-way talk, as you can see, a temperature sensor, which is right over here, infrared night vision light, so that is very beneficial when, especially at night or when the baby's in a dark room. And we also have the wireless transmission, so it's totally wireless. There's no wires to be connected to one another, so that is also pretty cool. The TOGUARD 3.5-inch monitor actually is rechargeable. It also comes with an adapter to plug it in, and it's pretty cool. So let me just show you the box. Okay, go ahead and open it. Bear with me here. First time I'm opening this one. Okay. Well, comes with some adapters for the camera, I believe. Get that out of here. Yep. For the camera, you can mount this safely somewhere. This is the temperature sensor I was mentioning earlier. Take out the device itself. Here is the monitor. Just a nice portable, fits in one hand. It's pretty cool. Some velcros to actually attach the camera on a flat surface or horizontal, vertical, your choice. And the adapters. These adapters are actually for plugging in the camera right over here and charging the actual device itself. And that port is right over here. Cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and set things up and get back to you guys real soon. Hey guys, so I went ahead and connected the power source to the wall for the camera itself. Again, you could either you could have connected either or. I didn't use this adapter yet, as the receiver came fully charged, but they're interchangeable. They're the same exact port, so you could use either or. A little more about the camera now. Again, like I mentioned before, this is the sensor for the temperature. You could either have it in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. That's controllable from the receiver end. Here you could see that this is basically for the microphone. Wherever you place this camera in, it's always going to pick up the audio and transmit it through the receiver live all the time, which is very useful, and that's pretty neat. So if I go ahead and turn this camera around, you'll also see this the speakers over here. This is when you're communicating two-way. So if I'm speaking through the receiver itself, I'm gonna press and hold this button. I'll show you guys an example soon, and my voice is gonna come out of the speaker over here. So while we're at it, in the back of this camera, you'll see that there's two buttons. One is pair and one is LED. The pair button is useful for pairing up to 4 different cameras. So you can have 4 channels active on one receiver. So this receiver here can handle 4 cameras. Out of the box, you only get 1 camera, but you could order 3 more from Amazon or from the TOGUARD website itself. So that is the pair button. The LED button over here, it actually illuminates the button at the topmost over here, which again, you could do it either remotely or from the button itself. Cool, so that's about the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in so you guys could see the green light illuminating. So that just means that there's power. It's gonna flash shortly because the receiver, it just means that the receiver is not connected. So I'm just gonna place this guy right over here to my test subject, Mr. Turtle, which you'll see him soon. Meanwhile, I'm gonna shortly demonstrate you guys the receiver itself. So this is the charging port. The power button is here, and the speaker. So this is the speaker from where you're going to hear everything that's getting transmitted from that room, wherever you have it in. There's a belt clip and a stand, which you can have it as to your liking. Okay, it's very small, portable. You can place this in your pocket, and it's very easy to carry around. Now I'm going to turn it on to show you more features on this device. There you go, Mr. Turtle. So straight off the bat, it automatically connects to the first camera that you have. Here you could see the reception between the camera itself and the receiver. You could the reception is there's a distance of 200 meters, I believe. So that's pretty good distance. If you're in one room, and you could even go outdoors with this thing, and it still works. But again, up to 200 meters. Next thing over here is you have the temperature. You can see that it is 25 degrees Celsius in this room. So that's what it's showing us. Again, I'll show you guys how to switch it to Fahrenheit shortly. This is camera 1, so it's actually mentioning that you're on camera 1. You're viewing camera 1. And here there's a battery life. Again, it came fully charged, so I didn't need to plug it in. Okay, so that was a little more about the display here. I'm gonna go straight to the buttons now. So if I go ahead and click and hold this button, I'll be able to communicate with the camera itself. So I'm gonna click and hold. You'll hear my voice out of the camera. So now I'm pretty sure you hear my echo, and there's some interference because the speaker and the camera, well, the receiver and this camera are next to each other. But if I wanted to hear my own voice, as I mentioned, the camera is always picking up audio live. So here I'm like raising the volume. You can see that the volume is getting raised, and you'll be able to hear my own voice, which is picking up from the microphone of the camera and transmitting it through the speaker here. Okay, so I'm just gonna lower that. Cool. So now the next thing is you could also adjust the brightness of the camera itself, so you could see. Sorry about that, my cat is meowing in the background. So that is adjusting the brightness of the camera itself, and that's very useful for night vision. So I'll show you guys an example of that soon as well. Cool. So that is pretty much it for all of these buttons here. Now this button over here is for settings. So you will be able to control the settings through here. So this is the own device's brightness, the receiver end. You can, if you want to save battery, you put it all the way into the bottom. But yeah, so next button over here is to control the units of temperature. So either you have in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. So you could choose it to your liking. The other button here is for the LED, so LED on the camera itself. So if I turn this on, you'll be able to see that the LED button on the camera turns on. So you can actually do this remotely and not physically through the camera itself. Next, we have all the 4 channels. So you could choose between the channels itself. So I only have 1 camera, so I'm going to keep it at 1. But if you have 2 cameras, you could actually switch between cameras and listen and hear things from there. So let me go back and click on settings itself and go back to the place I left off. Okay, so the music. So now the music, as you can see, there's 3 preset music functionality that we have here. Okay. So again, like I mentioned, the music actually plays from the camera end, but since this is two-way and it's always broadcasting audio from the camera to the receiver, you also hear it through the receiver end as well. If you want to mute that, again, you just put it all the way down, and then you're good. these bulbs over here that illuminate, these LEDs that you see illuminating, this is just telling you what is the like if the audio is extremely loud on the camera's end or not. So the louder you get, the more it fills up. So this is useful when the baby's moving around or the baby's crying. You'll be able to see visually what's going on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the music. Okay. So next we have this is the Vox command. In the Vox command, this command is very useful. I'm gonna place it to the most sensitivity. Basically, what happens is any movement that occurs, any not movement, but if there's any audio, for example, the baby cries or something like that, the TOGUARD device actually turns on, and it would actually turn on and show you the visual. So if from inactivity this thing turns off after about 30 seconds or so, but it's going to actually turn on immediately if it actually picks up some audio from the camera's end. So then it's going to quickly display what's happening so that you could see it. So if the baby's crying, you'll be able to see visually straight up. The next button over here, so I left it at very sensitive. The next button over here is the feed time. So you could actually set an alarm for yourself if you need to remind you when to feed the baby, either 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. So that is pretty much it basically for this device. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys the night vision. I'm gonna place this camera down, this receiver down, sorry, and go ahead and turn off the lights and the blinds, close the blinds, and show you how the night vision works. So right now the room is actually very dark, so you'll be able to see there's lights flashing. That is it still didn't turn on, but if I go next to the camera itself, and while I was speaking, the camera actually turned on. So you could see, so that is the Vox command actually playing into effect there. So now you guys can't see my fingers either, but I'm actually controlling the brightness of the night vision camera. You could see it gets let me focus here. You guys could see me like right over here, controlling the brightness of the camera itself, and the night vision is really good. You can't even see my fingers or anything, but you can see Mr. Turtle. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna turn on the lights. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. This is a pretty cool device. Night vision works very well on it. The two-way talk is also working perfectly. So I'll position the link down in the description below on how to purchase the unit if you guys are interested. You guys could also message me or send me put some comments if you guys want to see more reviews on several other products. But this is a review for the TOGUARD wireless baby monitor. Perfect. Thank you very much.